Hello boys and girls, welcome to my channel. I'm for Classic and welcome to BenchART. So today I have another video of Starfield. It's really not anything different than the other video. It is the same benchmark sequences. The only difference so far is that I'm using the correct FSR2 quality mode. In the previous video I was using 77%, and this time I have 67%. So 67% it is the real FSR2 quality. So this is what I believe to be a much better result for you to follow in YouTube in respect to your GTX 1650 Super. Now, with this, I also gained a little bit more experience about the game. It's not that I've played more or anything like it, but I did understood some issues that the game have with this graphic card and that you can't really go around them. So one of them is texture quality. So possibly you already noticed that Starfield on PC doesn't allow you to choose texture quality. Although the game doesn't use too much VRAM, something like what I've seen so far in other GPUs, it's like 8 gigabytes is more than enough, or possibly even a 6 gigabyte graphic card can deliver what we want about texture quality. The thing is, if you have a 4 gigabyte graphic card, the dedicated usage of the GPU will be at 3 gigabytes. So if you look to the blue letters on the overlay, you'll see that the GPU memory usage goes above obviously 3 gigabytes, but the dedicated usage, the process that the game it is using is actually limited to 3 gigabytes. And actually recording makes the things even worse. But what I want to say about this is that it seems that the game it is failing to load actually many textures inside the game. So if you noticed on New Atlantis, the last clip on the low settings and mid settings, you'll notice that the game it is failing to load the high resolution textures from the flags. So what I want to warn you is the higher you push the settings of the game, the more issues with textures we will have. Without recording, this issue is not as severe in the low settings, but for example in medium settings I can already notice the flags like that. In low settings sometimes the flags are okay, sometimes they are not. So what I'm trying to say is that you can play Starfield from beginning to the end with no performance issues with low settings using FSR2, but what can happen is in some planets, maybe if they require more VRAM or anything like it, you might run into trouble because of the fact that the 4 gigabytes of VRAM might not be enough. So one of the things I also noticed is there is absolutely no difference in between the early access version and the release version. So despite I have made a different video, I have made it mostly just to fix my FSR2 thing, and also because the game is released, I want to see if anything was new, but nothing is new, everything is the same. The only difference is the first version that I did try out the game was a different version from the Game Pass, and this one that I'm trying it now, it is the Game Pass version, which I believe it will be where most players will be. I'm not really sure, but I believe that there's probably more Game Pass subscribers than people buying the game. I don't know. So this one, it is the Game Pass version. So I don't have too much to talk about. You already have seen the benchmarks on the first video, I hope. So basically, low settings, 1080p FSR2 quality provides you an experience above 30 frames per second all the time. And also now with the new thing, you will also have higher texture quality on low settings than on median. And if you go with median, you can expect frame rates to drop lower than 30 frames per second probably in the cities. I'm expecting that it might be worse forward into the game in more complex cities or in more complex combat and stuff like that. So you can expect that thing to happen. And yeah, I mean, there's about that. Well, I think the game it's honestly playable, but yeah, you can expect the game to drop some texture quality sometimes. All right, so it's It's a little bit shameful, but it is what it is. If you look to the minimum requirements, they clearly specify a higher tier graphic card that it's not the GTX 1650 Super. Still, you can play the game from beginning to the end. That's one thing that I'm almost 100% sure. So for the next video, I will be trying the Xbox Series S and make a video in the same sequences that I did play in here and to see how it does perform. I don't have a benchmark overlay on anything, and I know that the game, it is capped on 30 frames per second on the consoles, and sometimes it does drop below 30 frames per second on New Atlantis too. But I really want to compare the texture quality of those flags over there. So I will run the same sequences on the Xbox and see how it goes. So with this, I conclude my video. In case you want to jump to the median settings, there is a timestamp on the description of the video. In case you have any question, leave a comment also on the comment section of the video. So thank you much for watching, and I do hope to see you soon. Goodbye.
Caffeine.
Sergeant Yumi's looking for reliable people to help the guard. Contact him if you're interested. We'd all appreciate it.
Orbit. I really thought I'd lost them.
Barrett? I'm not gonna...
Collective space. It then stands to reason that this was once a secret UC facility. I believe we are no longer. Exterior plating damage. It would be wise to search the enemy's remains for valuables.
I can assure you this unprovoked attack on a United Colonies research facility will not...
You will be scanned as you enter the city. Please keep moving. Okay. No bounty.
Although I have attempted an analysis several times, I simply cannot quantify humans' addiction to caffeine.
Sergeant Yumi's looking for reliable people to help the guard. Contact him if you're interested. We'd all appreciate it.
That's because an ambassador Radcliffe